Welcome everybody here to the Talladega Superspeedway for the East Coast Sim. Super Speedway series had a little bit of an issue with the session loading up, but we are underway. 2 of 75 complete. As you come around complete lap number 3, we'll get your ticker rolling here in just a few seconds. Here, there you go. Right now, I'll get you your leader here shortly. Joining me in the booth tonight, though, is the one and only Jason. How's it going?
I'm doing all right. How you doing, Kendall?
I'm doing not too bad, not too bad. A little bit of change in broadcasters tonight, but right now your leader that will update for me. I don't know if
It's
there's
update day. It's all I can say about
yeah,
it.
everything's been messing up, so trying to
Welcome
catch
to
up.
iRacing, folks.
But right there on your screen in that Tide machine, Corey Colby right now being scored your leader going into turn number 1. And Talladega Superspeedway, like we're seeing right now, starting to see is it's a 3-wide track, and I'm going to have to do one thing real quick. Go. There we go. Update day.
Update day. Wow, we're looking 4 wide
Yeah,
there, ain't it, Kendall?
that's what I was just about
Holy
to say.
smokes.
Talladega Superspeedway, it allows for that. And unlike Daytona and Atlanta now, because we got to include that into the super speedway type-ish tracks, I like to call Atlanta is the super speedway-ish track, but Talladega, it allows for 3, 4 wide. 4 wide, a little bit of a squeeze, but 3 wide, it can just count 3 wide, no problem.
I'm looking at it right now, looking like that high line's the line I want to be in right at the moment.
Yeah, that middle line started to try to form, and then I think they just all migrated to the top. Looks like the 10 of Corey Cole working both lanes, and he's not going to get to the outside lane
Work down to
quick
the
enough.
bottom, looking like the outside lane's going to come up. Ooh, he's going to lose the lead there. Interesting move. I don't know. I believe I might have hung on with that top line there for a lap or two.
Is, of course, that top line, you have that momentum carried throughout the front straightaway, so you only have the advantage for the inside lane for only the corner. And then after you get through the corner, it's all top line dominant after that. You get momentum off the back of the straightaway. Right now, Daryl Johnson is that number 93 machine. He's leading tonight's race, and look who's behind him. Another Ford. That's the 341 of Travis Gilbert. The Fords really push together very well, especially these Gen 6 cars. Honestly, me personally, these are my favorite NASCAR Cup Series cars. I wish they would have kind of stuck with them a little bit longer, because
I don't have a lot of experience racing in these Kindles, but just looking at them, looking at the Fords, it looks like the front of it's just a little more flatter than that Chevrolet. The Chevrolet looks like it's got that little bit of a peak in the middle. Kind of probably make it a little hard to push.
yeah, always with the super speedways, that Fords really work together very well. What I've seen from Daytona and everything, I ran only one day on the 500 cars. Raced one season, full season with these, and me personally, I liked them a lot better than the next gens. But coming around and complete, we're going to be coming around and complete lap number 8 of the night. 75 laps around the Talladega Superspeedway. Fuel mileage, I'm not quite sure. I'm guessing we're going to go probably halfway. We're going to maybe see people start putting down pit road. But is that third lane starting to form up once again towards the top? The 16 and the 07 up there, they're starting to work the high side. And
They are in the second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, to seventh. They're all running 3 wide, 2 rows deep back there for position.
it just amazes me how well they can keep up, even though you have most of the cars on the bottom. It's really fun to watch just the 2-car pack really catch up. They've caught up to that third car in that first line. It looks like the bottom lane, the first three are going to kind of break out and kind of go towards the advantage. But also that could be bad for that little pack because that stalls out their draft and the guys behind
Now
could.
Now you got that 4-car line. Well, 2 done dropped back to the inside now. They had 4 cars on the outside trying to form up. That could have been dangerous for them.
Yeah, everybody's starting to just kind of ride single file now and single file it all out. They know it's at 75 laps on the circuit. Completed 9 of them. So
Yeah,
got a
that's what I
little ways
like
to go.
about these league races here. They're not your average public iRacing lobbies where it's crash fest. You know what I mean? I like you see good hard racing here and some clean racing at that. And these guys are just trying for everything they can get it here.
Oh yeah, for sure. And, well, that's what you kind of really want to do. You got to think there's a pit stop ahead of you, so there's no real rhyme or reason to try to battle up front. When you do still have a pit stop to go, and it's that pit stop that decides the race, really, in my opinion. If you pit too early, you don't pit enough with enough cars. That's also trouble we've seen with the super speedway series and tracks and have a partner.
Yeah,
It makes
it's hard to do anything on your own around here because if you ain't got a drafting partner, they're just gonna run off and leave you, or just blow by you and leave you like a sitting duck.
exactly. So 10 of 75 looks like looking back towards the back. One car out to the outside line, but I think he's going to quickly fall right back down to the inside line. But right now, the number 341 of Travis Gilbert, he's going to lead here on lap number 11.
I'm curious as to how these green flag pit stops are going to go, or if we're going to get lucky enough to get a caution to get to the pit stops.
And yeah, that'd be interesting to see, and we see how many cars kind of come down each cycle. All of them come down at once, if just a few, or how that's
Yeah,
going to all work out.
see if there's some manufacturer play go on. I doubt, but you never know.
That'd be kind of cool if you have a Team Chevy chat box, and hey, all the Chevys, let's pit this lap. That'd be really cool. But I think we're going to come across to complete lap number 12 of the night. Your whole field single file. But like we said earlier, they got a long ways to go, and they're going to kind of ride it out and kick off some of these laps. Well, let's kind of talk about fuel right now, because I just kind of thought about this point is 341 Travis Gilbert, he's leading this pack right now. He is full throttle. He's pedal to the metal. The guy behind him at 93, he's probably 75% throttle and maybe occasionally 100% throttle, so he's saving a little bit of fuel. I mean, do you want to lead every single dang lap, or do you want to kind of fall back?
Here at Talladega, I've experienced this myself in many races. You can get out front, and that's just not a comfortable place to be sitting. Because yeah, you're leading that race at that moment, but it's just a matter of time before something forms up behind you, and they're just going to run off and leave you sitting there.
Hey, you're sitting.
Yeah, and most likely it's going to happen towards the end of the run, close to the checkers, to where you ain't going to have time to come back and try to do anything about it. But then there's that, well, I'm going to hang back and wait and make my push towards the end, and then what if you wait too late?
Right. Looks like that moves the second line. 2 cars are going to migrate up top. Now there's 3 to the top, and there's going to be trouble.
We got a
The
spinner.
16 of Robert Barney. He goes around caution number 1 on the super speedway, and he's going to go for a little ride around, a little spin. I think they have one fast repair, if I'm not mistaken. I think something went bad with that push. We'll take a look here. We're just going to have to do it the old-fashioned iRacing way here real quick. But we kind of see 1607, they migrate to the top lane. I think somebody that 93 came up too late. I think he checked up, and then it was all she wrote for the 16 on that one. The 07 kind of hooked him.
I'm digging that paint job on that number 16 car.
Oh yeah,
Kinda
for
like
sure.
Greg Biffle throwback there or something. It's really pretty sweet.
The
I
national.
like the old vintage stuff myself. Not saying you're old, Greg Biffle, if you're listening.
So caution number 1 on the super speedway. As Robert Barney going to go around. So now that's going to open that kind of that green flag stop strategy. You can throw that book out the window at this
Out the
point in
window,
time.
but we're 14 laps in here of 75. Are they in that window? If they stop now, are they going to have enough fuel to make it to the end?
That's going to be a good question. At 341, maybe going to come down pit road. He is going to go come
He
down pit
is. Looks like
road.
he's going to bring the whole field with him. Holy cow. I guess we're in that window, folks, or at least they think they are. It's going to be an interesting one to see here how this plays out. It looks like everybody came to. Wow. Okay.
Which I can't change the camera angle for some reason on this thing, but everybody going to come down pit road. I don't see anybody off on the track still, so can imagine there's probably some people going to do take some just fuel only, which I think Joe R. Wells did. Is Joe R. Wells, the 07 of George Burns, I think they took only fuel. So, I mean, it's not a bad idea either. I mean, you're not using much tire wear on
Yeah, I don't
super
think the
speedway
tires wear
track.
out down here that much. I, but on them older tires and everybody around you's on newer tires, I mean, is that going to make a difference?
I don't think so. I think it's going to be mainly the draft and kind of pushing each other, that sort of deal. I mean, you don't want to wear out your tires too much, to where, because I know I haven't raced Talladega for so long in these cars, but I know with Daytona you get loose off of 4 um, with old tires. So we'll see how it works out. We'll wait and see and find out. Um,
He definitely made some gains in the track position.
yeah, for sure, 100%. Um, yeah, Joe Arwell, George Burns, and Mark Inkerman going to be your top 3 coming into this one. Um, but still a long ways to go. We still got 60 laps remaining here at Talladega Superspeedway.
60 laps. I just don't know if you've got enough fuel in these hot rods to make it, Kendall.
No, I don't. I don't think so. I think
We may
Talladega.
be looking at least another stop.
Yeah, I think Talladega is a little bit bigger than Daytona. If they're doing 100% fuel, a stage is normally about 60 laps at Daytona, so they have to normally half stint it. They have to split it in half. So I'm guessing, yeah, I think you're right. 1 stop left for these cars, and maybe even more if we get a caution coming out. If you're in the back, go ahead, go down, get some fuel. But it looks like we just got the 1 to go signal, as they're going to double foul them all back up. So we'll get ready to go back green flag racing here from the Talladega Superspeedway. So Joe Arbwell is going to be down in the bottom lane. The 07 of George Burns up top of him. Mark Inkerman in third. Corey Colby in the 4th position. The 38 of Philip Mansrow. The 5th spot. Henry O'Connor in the 7th spot. No, 6th spot, sorry. 7th, Jeffrey Ordon. 8th, Travis Gilbert. 9th, Joshua McKinney. 10th, Dylan Picklesmiller. Oh, wow. I'm sorry if I butchered that last name. No one can butcher the last names. Very bad.
If, Kendall, that was a definite.
That was a definite. Yeah, that was a definite.
Oh, Lord. I don't blame you, though. I probably would have botched it, too.
I'm horrible with English, and they expect me to say names right.
I know. We should all go back to caveman era. Ooh, ooh, ha, ha.
Simple.
Much easier.
Just a change of
All
pitch.
right. Here we are. We're coming out of pace. We're getting ready to lose the pace car this lap right here. Kendall, we're going back to green.
Yes, indeed. Pace car here pretty soon. We're going to go down to the safety of pit road. Um, you know how they named the guy in the flag stand? They need to name the guy in the freaking pace car. They need to give him a name.
Yeah, the pace car guy needs a name. I think it definitely should be DW.
Kevin Yancey was.
iRacing, if you're listening, DW, I vote for.
Pace car down and away the safety pit road, and unlike all the other super speedways, the start finish line here at Talladega, it's over past the tri-oval, and the Geico restart zone's in that tri-oval, which they just passed green flag back in the air. But it's a long drive from pace car going down and under, and you got to keep that car right at that speed limit. And J.R. Wills right now going to get a great jump on George Burns. I think he might have, it might be too much. We'll see.
Yeah, you don't want to be sitting out there too far. You're just a sitting duck.
And like we see, there goes George Burns. He's going to go try to get the lead away from J.R. Wells. No help behind him yet.
No help, and he's still booking it, dude. Holy cow, what a fast hot rod he's got here tonight.
Got the run, but can he clear him? No, still really no help behind either of the drivers. This first lane starting to catch up now, but look at there, the
3 wide.
the 07, he's just going to get swallowed in that 3 wide situation of the 341. He just cleared back to the back towards the end of the top 10, and he's marched his way back up to the front. 341 Travis Gilbert, he's back up front.
And there's single file for the first 3, 4 cars there. 5 cars, now single file. They're starting to file out all the way back through there. Nobody's liking that high line right now for some reason, Kendall. Why do you reckon that is?
I think it's just the fact that we still have 50 or so laps left, and well, they're going to make me bite my words here as they're going to go too wide, but I think they're just trying to single file it out. I think they know that they have one more stop left remaining in this one, so we're going to try to ride around is George Burns. You know how he's in the lead? He's back in the 10th spot now. He's lost 10 spots since, well, he's lost 9 spots since that restart. So try to take the jump, and it's going to pay the consequences of that. I feel like making a move here at Talladega is just like rolling the dice, and will this work, will this not work?
Yeah, it is. It's a crapshoot any way you slice it.
As now the second line starting to form out.
Back there towards the back, and that 07 car is starting to form that second line on the outside there. If he gets enough cars go with him, he may have enough to take it right back to the front. You know, he did start up there at the front back here at this restart too. He's the one who took them no tires, if I'm not mistaken. Slid all the way from the front back to the back. Now he's trying to make a push back to the front.
Trying to take it 3 wide there with the heat machine. Trying to follow back the line and that outside line. Only 3 cars to work with them. Try again. Try to get them to work together. Or he's just going to leapfrog the 10th car. 20 on the board. 20 in the books.
If them 4 cars on the outside there could get together and run together, they could have something for them. They could probably run that thing to the front. And I know there's some drivers on the bottom that are just dying to jump up to the top with them. They just got to get there before they will.
Oh yeah, for sure. Just taking the risk. If you're in the top like 5, you're not going to want to jump out the outside unless you have another person with you. You're going to free fall out of the sky. That 8 car, he's trying. He's really trying, but the 07 refuses to work with him as he goes back up to the top side. And 8 car in the globe, you're not going to work with me. I'm just going to go back down to the bottom, just have a nice little ride down here at the bottom.
Yeah, the 07 didn't want to play ball there. He come up and had some help for him. They just went around him.
Try to swallow him.
They said, no, sir. Look, and he's going to try it again.
Attempt number 3, I'm pretty sure, at this point.
And they're going to swallow him again. And I just don't. Slide on up there. That middle lane ain't going to do it. You got to get that high lane for him, buddy, I think. Oh, we got him 3 wide right behind him. That number 16 car again, making his way back to the front, taking no prisoners neither. Holy smokes, he's on rails right now.
Rest of your field up front, single file as of right now. The 8 car, he's gonna try again on the second lane. We'll see if now the 16's leading that line, so we'll see if he can 16 can incorporate that 8. I think he's just gotta incorporate that and push him and get that outside line
Yeah,
rolling a
see,
little bit
that's what
better.
you got to do. The 16 tried to tuck right up in him, try to incorporate him up, just like you were talking about the Kindle. Now they got a 4-car freight train going on the outside, son. Look out.
Yeah, we'll see if that 07 will close in on the 16, or if he'll just try to pass him again on the outside. It looks like the last time by in that corner, he tried to go 3 wide. We'll see how it works now. I think you just kind of got to work with the people that you have on the outside line. Looks like the 07 is going to finally tuck in behind and finally catch up and try to maybe get this freight train rolling as it's starting to roll here. And now we're into the third car in the first line, and we'll see if we can get something going.
They're coming up on that leader quick, fast, and in a hurry. Now, does the leader want to jump up there and try to block him, or is he just going to hang the bottom and try to just let it roll? That's a risky move, trying to jump up and block somebody, because they'll dump you quick, fast, and in a hurry, and there goes your race.
Yeah, 100%
And
there, and he's just going to stay on the bottom.
he'll stay on the bottom. He's going to let them roll. He said, you boys have it. You ain't going to take it without a fight, though. Holy smokes.
Like what we were saying earlier, I don't know if you want to be the lead car, in my opinion. I wouldn't want to be the lead car. Just because you're a sitting duck and you're wasting just
Oh!
rolling that all that fuel in the 16 with a
The
bail.
16 just bailed on him and dropped to the bottom line. That's going to cut them. Oh! And 2 of them drop. One goes back
one
up.
car
Holy
the outside
cow.
the wall.
One in the
He's gonna
wall
come
comes down. Holy cow, there's been a wreck. Hold on to your lug nuts, folks. We're going to have to replay this one. We got something to check up here.
Caution number 2 on the super speedway, and I'm pretty sure
It got dicey. They were slicing from the top lane to the bottom lane and from the bottom lane to the top lane, and somebody just wasn't clear somewhere.
so caution.
Holy cow.
We'll take a little gander. I don't know. Back. We'll do it the oh, I didn't mean to do that. We'll do the old-fashioned iRacing
All right.
run
Let's
back.
see what we're at here.
So we see that 16 there. He goes down the bottom, bails on him. The 07, he fits it in like a puzzle there. 341.
On the
there.
third, yeah, he come up, just wasn't clear.
I'm trying to figure out who.
I didn't catch the truck. Now, was it a 34?
Yeah, the 13 or the 34. No, it wasn't 3. The 13 is our. Well, at least it says on his car the 13, which I can't get a good for some reason. iRacing update.
Update days.
Update days.
Holy cow. That's why you don't want to be in the front, folks, right about now. No, we're down to lap number 25 of 75. Means we got 50 laps left to run. I think we might be getting close to that pit window, Kendall. What do you think?
Yeah, I think you're getting pretty close with 50 laps to go. It's cutting it close. Some of these drivers coming down probably get damage repair, but 16 going to bring them all down pit lane. It looks like for the most part. Yeah, everybody going to come down pit lane here under caution number 1 as a big wreck happens, and I'm pretty sure they do have 1 fast repair, so they'll be able to use that. But it's early still to use that fast repair. I think if you don't have a whole lot of damage, I think you just want to take the optional if you can. Kind of see who all 16. He's going to come out on top. Way right behind the 07. I think he just took fuel only by the time of that pit stop.
Well, that makes 2 pit stops in a row for him, so he's still on old tires.
Yeah, I think I don't know if he took tires last time or not. No, George Burns, he did not. He took fuel only again. I'm pretty sure that stint as well here under the caution flag.
That kind of makes me wonder, going back to that old saying, cautions breed cautions. That's 2 we've had in the last 10 laps. Are there going to be more?
Well, you know the saying, caution breeds caution. So I mean, stack them all back up. I mean, but honestly, you're super speedway anyways. I think we're going to see. I think we might see them kind of, sort of, maybe sort it out, calm it down until we get to the end. I think once we get to the end, it's all bets off, type of
Yeah,
deal. Um,
most definitely.
you gotta go get it. You gotta send her. But we're working caution number 2 here of the night. First one coming around lap 15. That was a 3-car incident. Now we come to this one here on lap number 25. I'm going to guess around a 6-car incident this time around. But I think they did have a fast repair available to them, so they're all back on the track and ready to roll once again.
Well, Kendall, we got anybody we need to thank tonight? Seems like a good time to throw somebody on there.
Well, I mean, let's thank Matt here for allowing us to broadcast here tonight. I always enjoy getting that pop-up broadcast to entertain the night.
Yeah, I always enjoy just popping in on somebody's broadcast unannounced.
Right? That's, that's what I do.
Thanks, Matt.
Thanks, Matt. We do it time to time.
If you guys haven't already, go ahead and like, follow
100%.
on the Extreme Sim TV here on YouTube. Give us a thumbs up, comment. We love feedback. Matt loves feedback. He loves reading comments.
100%, and feedback is key. Oh, try to minimize iRacing on accident. But one to go signal has been given, so we'll go green flag racing next time by. Robert Barney right now leads the field in the 07 of George Burns. He's in that second position. Third, Joshua McKinney. And fourth, Henry O'Connor and Phillips Manzo in your top 5. And it's been a while since I broadcasted this series. The last time I believe was that iRacing doubleheader, which I believe, if I remember correctly, Joe R. Wells, he took it back to back that race. But I'm pretty sure this is their second to last race. I think next race is their championship race, so it's coming down to the wire. You gotta get points. You gotta get points here right now. It's no time to wait.
Only guaranteed way in is to win, right?
Yeah, well, I think they do. I think they might just be based on points.
Well, if you win, you get more points, so that's
true.
a guaranteed up too. So
That's true. That's very
either
true.
way,
So
if you got the points to be in, you need to win right here.
heck yeah, 100%. Pace car down and away the safety of pit road. Robert Barney going to lead the field of green into the long drive to the Geico restart zone. And he's going to choose late in the box to restart this off. And great start for the bottom line. The 07, he's just going to be right there by himself on the outside
All
line.
by itself. Nobody seems to want to work with him, or he don't want to work with somebody else. I don't under. He definitely has no help in that outside lane.
Yeah, the 2 drivers that started behind him did not have a good start. I don't know if they spun the tires or if they just have damaged vehicles. But he's going to go to the 5th spot in the inside line, but I think he's going to look for going back into the top lane. That top lane now starting to pull back up with the 93. I believe that's the 13 machine as well. They're starting to form that line, and like I said, that 07 right back into the top side. He seems very comfortable at the top side. The 13, though, he's going to bail on him. He's going to go down low.
Bail on him. He's got no friends out there tonight, folks. I'm telling you, it's rough out there. Everybody's battling for this win. And they're just going to split him on both sides.
They're going to swallow him up again. Wow.
I haven't had the luxury or the pleasure of broadcasting one of these races yet for this particular series, but I'm gonna venture to say that this guy has not made any friends along the way there in this season.
Yeah, either that or he's the point leader, and they're just They say, no, you don't need to win no more. We'll shift you to
Yeah, I
the
didn't think about
back.
that too. Could be the points guy, and they're like, no, not today, Junior.
He's gonna cycle back towards the back of the field here on that second line. He tries to get that second line to form up. He got the fuel friends with him.
He's got a couple back there, but he's fell all the way from the second position all the way back to the 9th place position back there.
And here comes our nice little run, but I don't know how well this is actually gonna help him as they're gonna swallow the 3 of Joe R1 right on up. So if he can't clear, and they're going to pinch each other down and almost got in a little bit of contact here. As they're still 3 wide, working 3 wide, and well, he's just going to go jump dive down to the bottom, and they're getting burned as well down to the bottom line. So that just leaves 2 on the outside line. But as I say that, you got some action towards the front starting to form.
Yeah, one minute you think you got friends running with you, pushing you all the way around the track, and next thing you know, they done bailed on you, and you're by yourself in the outside line.
Yeah, a little bit of, it almost seems like a little bit of urgency towards the front of the pack as the 8 of down. He's going to make the move with a 16 of Barney. He's going to attempt to block, but I think it was a little too late. But now we have 2 uniform lines there once again. 5 up top, 4 down the bottom. But that top line starting to really form up. Once again, it's starting to take the dominant line again.
It is. It's broke up into like inside and outside. Well, as soon as I say that, they all form right back
Dang,
down to one line again. Wow. I tell you what, that bottom line seems to be the dominant line here tonight. Everybody's fighting for that position on the bottom.
Yeah, I think.
But I don't think they realize once they get the group up there on the top, they're unstoppable. Everybody seems to go to the top to make that pass for the first place position there, but nobody wants to stay up there.
Right, that whole outside pack, they made the pass. They all went down to the bottom line, and I don't know if they're teammates, if they've planned that, if there's 5 on a team or 4 on a team. Or maybe there should be 4 on the team, and there's 1 rogue guy in the middle of it. But working lap number 32 of 75.
Everybody wants to be up in the front, but nobody wants to be the leader. They want to be right up there in that second place or that catbird seat waiting on the front two to crash out, come to there, steal that victory.
Oh yeah, for sure. Right now, if we're coming to the closing laps, you want to be the leader because you're just a sitting duck, and Talladega is so wide anyways, it's so hard to block. Daytona's a little bit easier to block as a little bit narrower than Talladega, but Talladega you can have 4, up to 4 working lines to win.
I'll tell you, Kendall, there's 2 places I don't want to be on this track right now. One is in that first place position, sitting right up there like a sitting duck. And 2 would be way back there in that back pack that ain't even caught the draft yet.
Yeah, well, they're going to go 3 wide up towards the back. We're going to swallow up the first 2 lines. They're going to migrate back down to the bottom. They're going to get swallowed right back on up. But there's a lot of fighting for position here. A little bit later on here during this race, 3 cars working side line. The leader, the 16 of Robert Barney, he's kind of went back towards the back, came back up to the front, and it shows in the 11, and got a little bit close to the 8 machine there. He listed as the 11 on timing and score. No.
They're still side by side up at the front for at least 4 or 5 rows, and it's just neck and neck racing here.
And I gotta say that second pack is probably loving this 2 wide action because it's slowing down the main pack just a little bit for them to kind of form up in line to catch the main pack once again if they can just work together, as they're pretty well even towards the top, towards the bottom, about the even amount of cars on each side. 4 up top, 5 down below. Be interesting to see if that rear pack kind of forms up, lines back up, and gets back up to this main pack. A little bit of pushing and shoving going on here as of, I would say, fairly early. But there again, it's also all about see if they can make it to the end on fuel.
Well, I'll
That's
tell you what, Kendall, that second group back there that's lost the draft, they're doing everything they need to be doing, and they're doing it right. Everybody's in a single file. They're running the bottom of the track, the shortest way around. They're trying to just every little time they can to try to get up there and catch up with that lead pack, give themselves a chance for this win.
Oh yeah, for sure. And like we were talking earlier about officials and versus leagues and everything, that's what's nice about the leagues. You kind of got people to kind of get on the same page and work with, and as they're starting to really catch up, as one car kind of
That
got spit to the top.
that gap has closed down tremendously
Yeah, it is.
between that first group and the second group.
Kind of chick back up on them. As like I said, they're all single file. They're all trying to catch the main pack, and they're kind of like a freight train here. Starting to try to catch up, and I think they're starting to probably get the draft from the main pack.
They're definitely working on it there, Kendall. The gap that they have is definitely got smaller over the past couple laps there. Like I said, they're doing everything they can there, and they're doing it right. They're running the bottom lap. They're running the bottom line around the track, shortest route from A to B. I mean, they're trying to keep in line. They're keeping their own little draft going. That's all they can do to do.
For sure, 100% to go back up to the main pack as there's still 2 by 2 throughout the whole field. As it looks like the 8
Ooh, somebody bounced off the wall there.
bounce off the wall. I don't think you can get a boost like Mario Kart up there.
No, I don't think you can pull the old melon crawl around there. I think iRacing fixed that glitch.
Lost time in scoring. There it is. The main machine there, Diamond, he's back up. Oh, he's to the top spot. I think this is his first time being up towards the top. That's the guy that kept getting, I believe, rejected on the outside line. He's finally like, hey guys, I'm up in front now.
Nobody wanted to play with him. He's sitting up here saying, "Look, you didn't want to play with me. I'll just go out here and win this thing."
Oh, as we
Oh,
say that.
yeah, let's say that they start to break up on the outside, run out and leave him. Now the outside line's prevailing. Got 4 cars on the outside, 3 on the inside.
The 341, he just kind of got spat up towards the top of the track and fall back.
I just don't think he wanted to be up there right now.
Right,
I think he's thinking it's too early for him. He's trying to hang back.
So it is 7 now back out front. George Burns, he's back out up front, but he's starting to kind of get a little bit of a gap, and like we said earlier, it's a little bit dangerous to get a gap.
Yeah, a gap is not what you need here in Talladega. Now, if you was at North Wilkesboro and had a gap like Kyle Larson did there a couple weeks ago, then, you know, that's all great, but that's not going to do you no good here in Talladega, that's for sure. You don't want to be by yourself anywhere on this track.
We're working on lap number 39 right now. Basically almost to the halfway point, basically at the halfway point of this race. Seen a lot of lead changes up to 13 so far, but it's very common for Talladega Superspeedway to have that many lead changes, especially on iRacing.
Yeah, it's very rare that you find somebody that'll come here to Talladega and come up there and grab that lead on the first lap and maintain for the whole race. It's just very physically unheard of here on iRacing.
That second pack that we were talking about earlier, they have finally almost caught up to the main pack. They did exactly what they needed to do, and they finally caught back up the draft, so instead of about 7 cars...
They're back in contention.
Yeah, instead of 7 cars playing and rolling the dice, now we got probably about 10 or 12 now in the contention for the lead, but I don't know, they might start falling back once again. I think the 9's finally caught the draft, and I think he's just slowly climbing back up there with them. They're gonna get those 3 cars up there to get all 12 right now rolling around. So we got 2 around the racetrack. I believe they are damaged, so they're trying to
Yeah, I think they tried to save their fast repairs there. I noticed they might have hit pit road twice that last pit stop.
So lap 41 in the books of 75. A little bit of pushing with 11 and 16 up towards the front, and looks looks like our main leaders now are just going to go single file out now once again. As I see that the 316 goes up towards the second lane. Trying to make something happen up there.
He ain't got no help with him. I don't know that he's going to make anything happen with it.
Here comes the
Oh, he's got a little help now. There's 3 cars. That's enough to get him a little draft.
Open looks like a little bit of a nice aggressive push there from the 8 machine. The 8 machine just almost looked like he was going to bail on the 341. That second line really started to work and form up. I think with the help of the 8 machine, giving a nice aggressive push in 41 earlier, and they're just keeping up with that bottom line. He's gonna almost possibly the first car in the line there. It'll be interesting to see if he drops down. He wants to stay up towards the top, and then 8, yeah, he's really pushing.
He's clearing. Now the choice is he gonna bounce down? I think he would stay the top. I would stay the top.
Yeah, I mean, if you're comfortable with the 8 pushing you that hard, I think you stay up top. Keep that nice aggressive push and keep that momentum going down the back straightaway, because ultimately I think you want to be on that second line when we come to the checkered flag. You're going to have that momentum off the corner. Compared to the bottom line, like I said, the start finish line, it's not in the middle of the tri-oval. It's clear down towards turn number 1. So I think you want to be up towards the top line when we come to the checkered flag.
I'd want to be on the top line, but I don't want to be up there by myself.
No, definitely not.
I don't want to be anywhere on this track by myself. I want to have somebody on my back bumper pushing.
Yeah, speaking of those two cars, kind of
the 16 gonna leave him, gonna bump those 341 out of the way there.
Kind of sorry to see teammates who are not teammates.
I tell you what, Kendall, from the looks of it, I don't see anybody on here that says teammates. Teammate who?
That's true. That is very true. So we're coming down to about 30 here. Coming down the closing laps. I don't know if we have one more pit stop towards the end of this one or not. I don't see it if we're saving enough fuel.
If we have a caution, it's almost a guaranteed pit stop. You don't want to get caught with your riches down. But if we don't see a caution, you might see some guys try to push the issue and make it on fuel, and you may see somebody run out of gas here towards the end.
Be interesting to find out. The 341 and the 8, they're sticking to the top side. I'll ride it. But as I say that, he's going to let me eat my words there. He's going to go down to the bottom line. 30 laps remain here in the Talladega Superspeedway, and now we just kind of have one main pack. We got satellite cars out there running around with a little bit damaged bumpers and rear ends on those vehicles, but they're still riding around, and who knows, we might get another caution here pretty soon. I think caution is likely, just for the nature of a superspeedway.
Coming down to the closing laps, most definitely. People get aggressive. They want to start making their way to that front, and they're going to just make their way any way possible.
As we're going to come around the track, complete lap number 45. That's good to Trevor Gilbert now. He's back up to the lead once again. He's been in and out of the lead all night long. Be interesting to see this. Kind of see how everybody's starting to single file back out once again. Thank you, security. Later.
That was not a paid advertisement from McAfee, just so y'all know.
Yeah, not getting ideas.
unless McAfee, unless you're watching, if you want to sponsor us, then we'll definitely be willing to talk to you. Just give us a call.
1-800 something.
Yeah. Hit up Matt with Extreme Sim TV. He'll link you up with some partnership deals.
Hell yeah. Travis Gilbert at 3-1 leads this one, but Robert Barney, he's right behind him as well. He's been a contender all night long as well. And the two Ford there, they work, in my experience, they work together the best. But kind of saw out there in the distance get a lap car here pretty soon, but Vet2Track is really not a big deal on this Talladega Superspeedway as it's just so wide. It's really hard to mess up as a lap car. Unless they're 4 wide. Then we have a different story. I'm going to put front 47 right down the book, single file all back out. Right now they're on 22 laps on this stint under green flag conditions. Again, earlier we had a caution on lap number 15. That was a 3-car incident. Minor incident with 6 cars, but there we go. We got that lap car here coming up here pretty fast.
Coming up on that lap car super quick. That's what I was talking about, folks. You don't want to get caught out here by yourself. They're going to drive by him like he is sitting still. And it's not that his car is just that much slower. It's just he's just out of the draft. He ain't got nobody pulling him along.
Yeah, he's going to go down pit road. I think he's going to go down to get that damage repaired. As he's 1 lap down now. Next lap car they'll encounter, I believe, I'm mistaken, is they're down pit road. These lap cars actually going down pit road and coming off pit road, so green flag stops, question marks on the board there.
That's telling me that they're going to be close on some fuel here.
So that one will be interesting to watch and find out. That was Mark Ingerman and Daryl Johnson. They're going down pit road. I don't know if it's damage or I think they're probably just coming down and get fuel there off the main pack. And if you get fuel, form a lineup. Once again, I think if you're 2 laps down as we speak,
Oh,
there
the
they
whole
come.
field's coming.
Oh, the 341
we got the leader spins coming into the pits. Holy cow.
Oh,
Does he collect anybody else?
Yeah, I think he collected a few others. We'll take a look.
Oh my gosh.
We'll kind of rewind here just real quick.
He was coming in hot and just lost control of it. Looks like he caught one more into it. Holy cow.
So they keep it straight. They're going to come down in pit lane and probably going to get some tires after that one for that spin.
I venture to say that's going to put the number 16 car on the point.
Cost him time, and you see how big of a distance now that he has to those other drivers. He has quite a bit of distance he's going to have to make up, and he's all by himself now.
He is, and that's going to put him off on that draft pack, and that's going to hurt him pretty bad.
Looks like they got 3 cars here. They got out in a hurry. Robert Barn, he almost got a too big of a jump.
Yeah, he did. He ought to be. That ought to be your leader, folks. After the pit cycle out here. I know there was a couple that didn't pit, but
yeah, those two leaders, I believe they all now have pitted. Now the 3 that did not pit. So our Barney now going to be to the point now. As we come around complete lap 50, and I think that's going to conclude green flag stops for the night here on lap number 50.
25 laps here to go here tonight at the Talladega Superspeedway. Been an eventful night here tonight, Kendall. Had a couple cautions for some pretty gnarly wrecks. Had a spin out going on pit road. Man, what an eventful race.
It'll be interesting if the 341, if he came in and he got a penalty from that, all that. I know the one, he was up in the clear outside grass. But like we said with that 16, he had almost a little bit too big of a jump. The 07 Burns, he's going to go right to the outside of him. The 8, he's going to leave the 8 stranded on the second line. And 4-car breakaway here for the lead.
Yeah, that just helps that number 16 car out. Now he's in a pack with some draft. It ain't going to take much to get a car to go high with him. Just like that. And he gone.
I think these 4 cars, I think they're praying for no caution. Because 5-second lead over the next car, the next pack here, back here.
Yeah, them four are definitely praying for no caution, and the rest of them are praying for a caution.
You can see there on your screen, they're way back here. They're all
as long as these 4 stay in a line and keep trucking and don't get double file trying to race each other, then I don't think that second group's going to be able to catch them.
Signing off, and that's all she wrote for the cars behind them for the lead and the win. Everybody, though, down in a way. They've got fresh Sunoco racing fuel, and some even got some fresh General, not General, this is not the ARCA series, gosh, fresh Goodyear tires. But I think this lead pack, I think they went fuel only. I'm pretty sure just how fast they came off of pit road. But we're coming down to the closing laps of this one as they're going to catch up to the lap car.
Now, if y'all remember the number 16 car here, he was a spinner. He was a spin out there earlier, involved in an accident, and he has been patient, got his car repaired throughout the race, and is back up here at the lead towards the end in contention to win this thing.
Well, heck yeah, we got 4 cars in the lead pack, and they're saying sayonara to the second pack, 8 seconds to the second pack. So they're just kind of crashing, trucking along, and saying goodbye to the second pack.
Yeah, you gotta love that green flag pit stops around Talladega. It'll do that to you. It'll separate the whole field. You'll be running in 2 and 3 car packs from all over the place.
Hey, you just kind of get left there wondering as they're going to come around and lap the number 3 machine, Joe R. Wells. It's going to put him 1 lap down. So he's going to be praying for a caution now as well to get the pass. But as we come around and complete lap number 55, will be 20 to go.
20 laps to go here at the Talladega Superspeedway. And these cars in the front here, these 4 cars, have absolutely pulled away from that second group.
Joe R. Wells, yeah, he's going to get incorporated with that pack, so he's going to bring out 5 cars in his pack now. So he's going to just start pulling away now as well.
Yeah, and he's just hoping and praying he's hoping and praying they don't catch any more lap cars before they catch a caution, so he can catch back up on that lead, get on a lead lap again, and give himself a shot back in to get in this race.
Okay, we're talking about second pack, 8 seconds behind, a couple laps to go. Yeah, that's now increased to 15 seconds.
15 seconds when we first started talking about them, folks. They were 5 seconds behind. That's how far this pack in the front is put on them. Over 10 seconds in the duration. Holy cow.
Take a look back behind there and see what's kind of going on. There's your problem.
There it is. Them boys have not got it figured out. They are not working together. They need to be bumper to bumper all the way around this track at the bottom. Just doing everything they can to try to reduce their time to get around this track and catch up to that lead pack.
And that 13 just kind of all there by himself, and the 10, the 12, they're all kind of there behind. Oh, and the 9, he's actually a lap down. So only 2 lead lap cars in that little pack. But everybody else pretty well spread out. And then you kind of go a little bit further back to the 341. There's your 4-car pack there back behind you. Remember 341? He's up towards the lead.
Before that spin out on pit road, right?
Right, I forgot about that. Yeah, he did spin out on pit road. So that just shows you can win or lose a race on pit road, especially here at the Talladega Superspeedway. And we're 19 laps to go here at the Talladega Superspeedway for the Vet2Track Superspeedway Series. But Robert Barney now will go back to the main pack. Still the lead cars, they're all single filed out, but I think we'll start seeing them double file back out here in the closing laps of this one. I think they're just trying to say sayonara to everybody else right now and just put an absolute beating on everybody else right now.
We're coming up on 18 laps to go here in this race, and I think it's just going to be a matter of about 16 more laps, and then they're going to double file out, and they're going to start trying everything they can to be on point when they cross that checkered flag.
I mean, you're only battling 4 cars out here, so I mean, gotta find somebody to work with. We're either partnered up or somebody's being left behind.
You can see that second place car trying to poke out there to see if anybody's going to go with him. Didn't look like he had any takers, so he popped back in line before he lost his spot.
I think it's just a little too early right now
Yeah, you don't want to pull out and show your card yet.
18 coming around, 17 laps to go in this one. Spoilers on the back cars, I forget how tall they are with the old Gen 6 cars on the Superspeedway tracks. But 18 laps to go, and I mean, things are running back up again. But 31 seconds to the second pack, so
holy cow, they're losing so much time just messing around back there. They got to get their heads together, guys. Come on.
They gotta pray. Even that camera shot, you couldn't even see them behind them there. As right now,
I mean, at this rate, are we gonna see that whole group get lapped? I mean, at the rate we're going, we're close.
I'm looking at the track map. As you see, there's a 16 of Barney. He's coming out of turn number 4. That second pack, they're just now entering turn number 1 and 2. So we might see them overtake that pack, and I don't think that pack's going to surrender, though.
No, they're going to fight for, well, if they were smart, they would try to fight and hold them off, but this group is coming so fast, I just don't see them having anything for them. The best thing that they can hope for is that they can tuck up behind them after they blow their doors off and just try to suck up on their draft and stay with them.
As you can actually see in that camera shot, as they're going into turn number 4, the first pack they're going to encounter. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting one to see if they kind of get lapped. I feel that'll be interesting, kind of cool to watch. As they're just closing and rapidly closing, and it looks like just a little missile going around the track map, this main pack, as they're closing in fast on the third pack. We'll take a look here at that third pack as we speak right now. As we don't have to look too far ahead, as they're in turn number 1 and 2, and I believe this was the one where this is only 2 lead lap cars, or even just 1 lead lap car. Yeah, this is a 2 lead lap car, and here comes the field.
And there's the lead lap cars, and they're in the same screen now, folks. This is, wow. So want some incredible driving here. And look how much they're gaining on them, how fast they coming down that backstretch. They're on them already. I mean, they're going to overtake them before they come out of turn 4, just like that. I mean, it wasn't even no fight.
That's going to put he was already down a lap. That's going to put Colby down a lap. Now it's going to put Christian Elliott down 2 laps now as well.
Christian Elliott down 2 laps.
Thomas Teagan down a lap.
To be down 2 laps, he's running the fastest lap of the race on lap 46 at a 48.682. Fastest lap of the race.
So now that second pack, it's starting now to come into frame. And honestly, I think you want to be... Joe Arlows, I think, is also in a really good spot to kind of salvage his lap down, because they're going to rocket ship around these guys, and those guys are going to go 1 lap down, and he's going to be right there to take it. And just
he is. He's prime position. He's tucked right there with the lead group, and if caution does come out, he's going to get that wave around and be ahead of all them other people that's a lap down. So he's putting himself in a really good position to just like you say, salvage a good run out of this.
Pack coming to 1 and 2. The second pack that we're talking about coming in down probably about mid-back straightaway. So we still got a little ways to go to that pack, and that pack's a little bit more formed up than the previous.
If they blow by this second pack and pass them, I believe I'm going to say I've seen it all. I mean, the leader would have lapped everybody but 3 drivers if he passes these 4.
And that's the second pack that we're talking about. The 93 machine there in there. The 341, like we said earlier, he took a spin coming down pit road. He was in the lead there when he did take the spin.
What a bad time. I mean, it's never a good time to go spinning down into pit road, but definitely not the best time to go when you're leading the field in. Because not only did you just spin out, you took all your track position, but now you're a sitting duck, just like a target waiting for somebody to drill you on pit road. You know, and that could really ruin your day. Extra damage you didn't need.
Kind of seeing they need a little bunch a little bit more up to kind of prevent that main pack to catching them so fast and having a chance if a caution does come out. So we're coming around to 12 laps to go, and here comes that main pack. They're on the straightaway. We just saw them pass the start-finish line, so they're starting to catch up to that main pack. First lap car that they're going to encounter here later on is going to be the 12 car of Harry O'Connor. They're coming up on him pretty quick as he's a single car solo man show right now. They're going to catch up to him pretty quick as now they're on the same kind of straightaway now as that second pack. That's going to put the whole top the whole top 4 only cars on the lead lap here as we come down to the closing 10 laps to go in this one.
I'll tell you, it's been an interesting race to watch. It's been a little bit of everything. I mean, you've had side-by-side racing, you've had some straight single-file racing. Now you got some really intense group racing where you got one group that's just got their game together and are just annihilating everybody else on the track. I mean, it's just a spectacle to see.
100%. I mean, like you said, we got a taste of a little bit of everything so far what Super Speedway racing has to offer. We come 10 laps down, and we're going to come fast approaching to O'Connor in that 12 machine. We're going to put him number 2 1 lap down, but I don't see that second pack again, so maybe they started to form off and take back off once again, and I think they have just a little bit, so that's good news for them. But 10 laps to go. A lot can happen though in these 10 laps. Caution. Something could happen here.
I tell you what, a caution could change the whole outcome of this race.
Oh yeah, 100%. Throw the book out the window because
all your strategies are gone. Your pit stops don't even matter no more. You know what? You spun coming down pit road. Guess what? You got a second chance, buddy. Tighten up them belts and get on that wheel and get on that loud pedal and drive that thing to the front.
Kind of like that. 9 laps to go here at the Talladega Superspeedway, and right now I'll kind of give you a little bit of a rundown right now. Robert Barney leads the field. The number 11, Josh McKinney in that second spot. George Burns third. Fourth is Nyland. Sorry, I'm not going to try to attempt the last name because I know I will butcher it. Fifth spot, Travis Gilbert. Sixth is Daniel Johnson. Seventh, Mark Ankerman. Eighth is Jeffrey Orden and Joe R. Wells. 10th is Henry O'Connor. 11th is Corey Colby. He is 1 lap down, so is Joe R. Wells and Henry O'Connor. Thomas Teagan, he's also 1 lap down in the 12th spot. 13th is number 9 of Christian Elliott. He is 2 laps down, and being marked out of the race so far, the number 38 Philip Manzo are now being less than 17 laps down. 15th spot, Doug Shaver, 64 laps down, being listed out of the race. 8 laps remain here at the Talladega Superspeedway. Robert Barney leads the field. So that second pack has now officially caught up with the third pack. They've gotten around them as well. But that first pack, they're closing in on the second main pack as you see them up towards the top of your screen. The 12 now, he's being incorporated in the main pack. The 11 really pushing Barney now, coming into turn number 3.
And they're about to catch the third pack here for the second time, folks, in a matter of 10 laps. We got 7 laps to go. I don't know that they're going to have enough time to catch that second group, but definitely going to put this third group another lap down.
That's going to kind of check up on the third group here as they're right there. It's going to put Corey Comby, that lead car, 2 laps down as it's going to come around. And look who's also in that pack. The 341, Travis Gilbert. He was leading the race, but he spun. Coming down for green flag pit stops. He's going to go officially 1 lap down as they're going to kind of get somebody to kind of pop up towards the top.
Like you said, Kendall, they ain't going to let them go too easy. Well, by God, they didn't let them go easy this time.
No, they did not, and that makes me wonder now. The 341, he's back here with the third group. They're going to go 1 lap down, shows Jorah Wells has been in that first pack, so he's just gonna thank you very much. Take that spot away from him. He's up to the 8th spot now. The lead car on the lap car's side, so if we get a caution here with inside 6 to go, we'll see Jorah Wells go back to the lead lap. That's going to put Corey Colby, Thomas Teagan down another lap, and Christian Elliott down another lap as well, as he's going to be 3 laps down. But Robert Barney right now, he's still leading the pack, and they're catching up to that second group, and it's only a 3-car pack now.
Yeah, they lost a lot of their momentum coming around that third group there. They pulled up and blocked, and then they tried to come down. Then it split that group up. Now he's got a couple new guys trying to push him behind him, and that original group's broke up. But they're catching that second group now, and I can't believe I'm saying this. He's going to lap everybody but the top 4 drivers.
And they're going to come down
Oh,
pit
they're
road.
pitting! Oh, now that's a flip.
So we'll see how
Holy
this one
cow.
spins
5
out.
laps to go. They're going to have to pit. They were getting ready to lap that second group.
5 laps
I
remaining.
mean, as long as you're dead on your pit stops right here, you don't come out by yourself. You want to have a partner come with you. 5 laps, you should be golden.
So that main pack. Then we saw all came down pit road, and some people kind of beat their Barney off pit road, and a lot of people beat Barney off pit road.
I don't even know how this is going to shake out, Kendall. There's a lot of drivers come out of before Barney there.
So
oh my goodness.
Next pack, we'll see if they can get around him and get laps back possibly, or even take the lead here. I don't know if they got enough fuel. They're 20 laps into this stint. But right now, the 8th machine of Diamond listed as the leader.
The 8th machine.
3 machine, he's 1 lap down, so he's not in contention for the win. I think really the only guy right behind him, it's George Burns. He's eligible for that lead, but he's only has Robert Barney to help him. So Dylan, he came out in front of 3 lap cars. He's going to kind of be the buffer, and they're going to kind of be escorts for him for the win. Unless George Burns and Robert Barney can work together, in which they have worked really good together prior. They can work together, get around this lap car pack.
It shouldn't take much. They look to be running pretty good. As I say that, they're coming up on them. They're going to take it to the outside. Looks like they're going to... Man, they're rolling.
They may get it. 2 cars working together. Not only just there. The 8 machine. He's turns the 16 turns the 07 trouble, and he's going to keep it straight. But caution's going to come out.
And that's going to give it a caution with 3 laps to go. Holy smokes, folks.
Well, time to go get the popcorn, throw those strategy books far out the window, right into the thunderstorm.
Whatever you thought was going to happen, you could just scratch that with your eraser there, because we're getting ready to rewrite this whole ending, folks. Holy cow.
I don't know if I had that in the bingo cards, necessarily.
No. And if you did, you better go buy a lottery ticket.
We'll kind of figure out what happened here. Caution number 3 on the super speedway, and that sucks. Netcode gonna be, looks like the cause
That's
of that
best
one.
angle we got.
137, not even
I
near
don't think the 16 was even on his bumper close enough to take
wasn't.
the air off. The 137 didn't come up. I mean, that's all netcode. It's all you can say about that. I mean, that's
update day.
Yeah, update day. That's why you don't run league races on update days, folks. I'm just throwing that out there. It's just a bad juju, bad omen, whatever you want to call it.
Friday the 13th for iRacing.
Exactly.
Caution number 3 on the track, and that's going to include George Burns. He's going to have to come down pit road on this one to get probably some fresh tires, but I mean, that's going to bring up the fuel.
That number 16 car is right back up there in the front.
An interesting call by Dylan, the 8 machine. He's going to go back down pit road. Why? I don't necessarily know. Maybe to, I don't
May
know.
had may got some
Maybe got
damage.
a
I mean,
yeah.
there's not that many cars on the lead lap right this moment anyway. So I mean, what are you gonna lose? 3 or 4 positions tops. It's not gonna
That is
put you
very
that far
true.
back. You still got plenty of opportunity to get to the front with 3 laps.
So we have 8 cars on the lead lap. I believe that's going to put the 130. Well, maybe let's see. Oh, the 93, the beneficiary of the free pass. So green-white checkered attempt number 1 on the way.
Folks,
Right here.
I'm on the edge of my seat right now. I mean,
Heck
this has
yeah,
just
it's been a
been an exciting race here.
been an amazing race so far. And like you said earlier, we had a taste of a little bit of everything here at Super Speedway Racing has to offer. And now we get another taste of what Super Speedway Racing has to offer. It is the good old green, white, checkered here on the Super Speedway. All bets are going to be off here once we go green flag racing.
The only thing this race is missing is a couple little fights at the end, and it'll be great. Call
And
it the
there's a fight.
matinee, baby.
Just be the cake topper of the night.
Yes,
We can
sir.
get somebody to kind of just put somebody on the pit entry
World
for
star.
3 laps to go here at the Talladega Superspeedway. Robert Barney leads the field. He's going to lead the field of green. But I don't know if you want to necessarily be in that spot.
I want to be in that spot. I just don't want to be way out front. Like I don't want a gap like that. I'm gonna say
Right.
I'm gonna sandbag on the start. I want him on my bumper. I don't want him to back off on me.
I feel like when we come to the checkered flag, we're going to see from single file to 4 wide going into the tri-oval. Remember doing a truck race C-fixed a couple months ago and coming down the checkered flag, and we went 5 wide going into the tri-oval for the white flag. And I bet we're going to see something like that. That's just going to be the kick topper of the night if we get that much action here. As I believe we might get the 1 to go signal here. If not, we're going to go 2 to go. Um, and let's see, lights are off on the pace cars, so we're going to double file them back up. Only, like we said, 8 cars on the lead lap. Unfortunately, the 93, he's going to have to work through some traffic to get around all these cars because he was the beneficiary of the free pass. So he's going to have to go to the end of the longest line. So a little bit unfortunate for him, but he's back in that position to possibly be in the contention for the win. I mean, I know I've seen some super speedway races, and last lap incidents take out the leaders, and then one minute you're not involved with the lead, and next you have won the race. So
One
anything
minute
is
you're
possible.
sitting third and fourth place, and next thing you know, you're crossing that checkered line in the first place.
Anything can happen. All bets are off as they're all double fouled up. Robert Barney, he's going to take the bottom lane. And Joshua McKinney, he's going to go top side. So it'll be interesting to watch and see green-white checkered event overtime here for the Vet2Track Super Speedway Series. So it's going to be an interesting, going to be a fun one. Don't want to go away at this moment right now because you're going to not want to miss this finish here. I feel like we have a great finish brewing.
Yeah, I'm with you there, Kendall. I think the end of this race is going to be something for the record books.
Strap in tight, like those belts tight. One last time as the safety car, the pace car, gonna go down and away to the safety of pit road. And there he goes as well. 3 laps to go. Green, white, checkered. There's 3 flags left to see here in this one. Pace car down and away. It's all in the control of Robert Barney. He's going to take the long drive to the Geico restart zone. And with the 12 car right behind him, Henry O'Connor, we were talking about him earlier. He was a lap down almost, I'm pretty sure. He's back on the lead lap. And green flag back in the air, and he's kind of got to jump.
Oh,
I don't know. That's going to be...
he got a little jump. I don't know that I want one that big.
Yeah, that 12, the 341, he's back in the mix of things. He got a Christmas gift, but he bailed on him behind him there. They're too wide. I mean, that's a risky move here 2 laps ago. I think you just want to
Yeah.
form up and draft up.
You're definitely on it. He's definitely driving in his mirror right now, looking to see where that white car, the number 11 car, is going to go. So is he going to come around and when he's? It's not if he's going to come, it's when he's going to come around here, and when does he need to throw that block? And he's just praying to get around here and take this white flag. That way, if the next flag comes out, that takes it, whether it be the checkered or it be the caution flag.
So here we come around the tri-oval. They get the white flag. That's the last flag we'll see before the checkered flag. As a lap to go remains here. The Vet2Track Superspeedway Series. Right now, Robert Barney leads her off to one.
Just got to make it around these turns for Barney. All he's got to do is maintain. Don't let that car come past him. Just watch your mirror. Don't let him come out. Watch the outside run.
Here comes the pack as well. They come fast and in a hurry, like a freight train. It's going to be fun to watch here, and it's going to be a good finish here, I feel. As they're coming
into turn 3 and 4 for the final time here tonight. Barney's still in the lead. Got the number 11 looking to his outside. He's going to run off and leave him. Is Barney going to try to block? Barney's not going to block him. He's going to let him go. Holy cow. Barney, why wouldn't you block that? Holy smokes.
And the 8. They're going to be
trying to make it. And the 11's going to steal the win. Holy cow, they're wrecking behind them. I think Barney got caught up in the wreck. Holy cow.
Who saw that one coming out of the freaking back of the
Barney, why didn't you try to block that 11 coming around you? You couldn't. Oh, my Lord. Barney had this sewed up coming off the last turn. That's what I'm talking about, folks. You never know.
The 11,
holy cow.
Joshua McKinney. We thought he was kind of out of the race, but then he got a massive run towards the end. He was drafting with Robert Barney. And Barney, he was in that first spot in turn number 3. He's now in the 8th spot coming across the checkered flag with a big wreck as well as he's going to come around to the start-finish line. What a finish here in this one.
That was a finish for the books here tonight, folks. Holy cow. What kind of excitement there has been here tonight. Burn them down, buddy. You deserve it. What a race.
What an amazing...
Holy cow.
That was awesome. And that's what Super Speedway Racing has to offer, and it's what the benefit of running a Super Speedway series is you get those finishes almost every week. As he's going to burn those Goodyear tires up. He wins here at the Talladega Superspeedway here. 2 laps, 2 race. Oh, now there's only 1 race left here in their season, so I'm sure that's going to benefit the points. Let's do an old-fashioned iRacing rewind, and let's watch coming to the checkered flag and watch the closing laps again one last time to kind of finally debrief on what happened. As we're coming in.
I don't know that I can hold my excitement, Kendall. I about used the bathroom all over myself trying to watch that. Holy cow.
Normally I'm in the office chair watching. I had to stand up for that one. The 11, he comes out of line, leaves Barney behind there, beating banging doors. The 8 had a massive run towards the bottom. He came up, and then they're going to wreck behind him. And the 11, he just kind of got the draft once again. He bumped and banged him there a little bit. He gets the win there, but let's kind of...
Barney went for a ride. Holy cow. He went there at the end. He went for a ride. He went barrel rolling up in the air. Holy cow.
Let's watch Robert Barney. Watch what happened to Robert Barney here real quick. He's going to beat Bang Doors a little bit. 341, he's going to beat and bang his door. Wow. Up towards the top side, and they're all just going to wreck behind him. And there's Burns. He was involved in the last lap wreck. What an amazing finish.
That's what you call giving it y'all. These boys gave it everything they had here tonight, folks. And I'm telling you, the finish didn't disappoint.
I just want to take a look. Watch the kind of final lap Barney had. 1 minute he's leading this race. He has it. And the next moment, everybody's starting to bail on him. So all the kids back. Yep. Whee. What? I mean, he had a win for it. What a ride there. What an amazing race. And look at all the couch employment behind him. But what an amazing race. What an amazing finish here that was tonight here on the Extreme Sim TV here in the Vets2Track Superspeedway Series. That that was an amazing race. Um, but that's gonna Joshua McKinney. He's gonna take the win here tonight. Dylan, the 8 machine, getting second. Joe Arwell is in the third spot. Travis Gilbert in the fourth spot. Trying to get your results here. Here in a second. Um, we'll just go down the order here. Travis Gilbert in the fourth spot. Henry O'Connor fifth. Sixth is Dylan Johnson. Seventh, George Burns. Eighth is Robert Barney. He was leading this race, and then everything just went sideways for him, unfortunately. 10th is Corey Colby. 10th is Mark Inkerman. 11th, Thomas Teagan. Finishing one lap down. Colby and Ingerman also one lap down. 2 laps down in the number 9. Christian Elliott, he finishes 12th. 13th spot, 2 laps down. Jeffrey Orden, 14th. 28th laps down in the 38 machine, Philip Manzo. 15th, 47 laps down is Doug Shaver. And then 16th, 81 laps down is Sam Taylor. What an amazing race there, Jason. What's kind of your final thoughts on this one?
Man, I just tell you what, that race had a little bit of everything that the fans want to see in a race. You know, they had the excitement of the two wide, they had the single file, they had the wrecks, they had I mean, the epic finish. That's got to be one of the best finishes I've seen on iRacing all season long.
It's been definitely one of the best races I've seen on Talladega Superspeedway in a super long time, and that's even the end in the Gen 6 Cup cars. Um, the series this race did not disappoint. We saw said earlier, just a little bit of everything here at the Talladega Superspeedway, and at the end, Joshua McKinney gets the job done, gets it done, wins this race here tonight. Next week is, I believe, their championship night. I believe it's at iRacing Super Speedway. Do not quote me on that, but I believe that's where that is. But that is going to wrap it up here at the Talladega Super Speedway. I'd like to thank Jason
I'd
here.
like to I would like to thank Kendall for letting me sit in on this deal with him here, and I had a really fun time. I really enjoyed calling these races and being a little guest up here in the booth. Uh, like I said, I definitely love calling exciting races like this. I would love to come back and do another one if you guys would let me. Um, so yeah, I really want to thank Matt for the opportunity of letting us take over his broadcast here tonight, and hopefully lets us do it again soon.
Yeah, 100% for sure. It was an amazing race, and thank you, Jason, for coming up in the booth and um, kind of being my wingman on this. Um, calling, it's a little bit hard to call a race single-handed person, but Matt does an amazing job as well doing a single thing. I believe he's streaming some dirt sprint cars right now, so um,
It's sad it takes two of us to do the spot of one Matt.
right? Shows you how well Matt does his job. But that's
Yeah,
gonna
we
be
miss you, Matt.
We love you. But that's going to do us here at the Talladega Super Speedway. Again, Joshua McKinney gets it done here at the Vet2Track Super Speedway Series. We thank you all for tuning in tonight. If you like today's race, make sure you give this a like and subscribe here to Extreme Sim TV. That lets us know that you are enjoying the content, and hopefully we'll see you here sometime soon. Thank you for joining.